we can look at all opportunities to internationalise Here East as a brand. So today it was brilliant to be able to look at the Finnish market and talk about what we're doing to a collection of companies from Finland. But I think what was also interesting for us was then the follow-on from our talk with the 10 companies pitching from Finland about what they were doing. Has given us some really interesting ideas, and we've already got connections now because we're developing an app of which we can embed some of their products into our app, which is going to be really, really important. So for us, it's been brilliant. We've told our story, they've told their story, and we've got some collaboration going on.
I was surprised how eager people were to come to talk to me afterwards. I have my pocket full of business cards and some pretty interesting leads to follow.
No, so far it has been really good. I was impressed with the attendees. The room was packed, and people seem to be having good discussions afterwards. So I think so far it's been a success.
Well, I think the event is it's good. You know, it's something that we don't have like by the company. You know, we have exhibitions. We go like Barcelona, the Mobile World Congress. But this is like this kind of one-to-one dedicated events that there's someone that has been, you know, seeing trouble, connecting people. So it's a new thing for me, and it seems to be working. I've been having some good discussions over there. So
excellent. Lots of first of all, great environment, lots of people, and afterwards great discussions with the potential customers so far, and. Well, so far so good. Yes.
Well, Finland has a really strong engineering culture, and I think there's a lot of really good innovation in deep technical issues happening in Finland. But something we are lacking is the ability to commercialize those inventions. When you get a lot of people from different backgrounds and different areas, then things start to happen. If you start conquering the world by yourself, you have to do a lot of work. But with these kinds of programs, you get a lot of things done for you.
I mean, really excellent. I'm first of all that the number of persons turn out. Different companies, different size of companies. It's been great. And just thinking that it's 10 minutes to the end of that. It's still a lot of people here, mingling, talking. Great.
The main points I started taking out of the companies which presented today was very much around exploitation of data. And I think a lot of companies today don't realise what data they can collect. And what these companies started to show is we can help companies really understand there's a whole world of data out there, but actually can drive efficiencies in your supply chain, but also efficiencies in your operating costs as well. I think that's something that large companies need to wake up to. The Nordic nations, particularly Finland, have been doing a huge amount of work in this area and are leading the world. And that's great because actually there's nothing like competition to drive innovation, productivity, growth, and I think that should be encouraged. So again, what we've seen today with the companies is actually just reinforced that point, which is there's a lot to do, but also there's a lot of good companies over here also doing that. So Finland, watch out.
I thought it was a very, very good event actually. Some very, very interesting companies, and it looks like there's an awful lot of things going on in Finland in the Internet of Things.
So out of the companies that spoke, were there any that particularly resonated with kind of your mindset at the moment?
Definitely, particularly the Innovo guys with actually having real numbers that support a business case for deploying Internet of Things. So previously we've looked at lots of applications that have shown promise, but you can't really attribute real kind of dollars and pounds to these kind of things. Actually having real numbers on the screen there, I think was a real kind of really useful thing.
Tell me a little bit about how do you feel your presentation went down?
Quite well, and actually it seems that it has got a lot of interest from people point of view, and they are rather interested at what kind of electronic wireless devices they could get from us. But what we are looking for here too is that we find out the partners who need the services that we can develop this kind of devices for different companies in UK too.
For Finnish companies, I think the problem they've got is Finland is only 5.5 million people, so it's a country the size of Scotland in terms of population. Very, very big geography. But the benefit of that is the fact is most of the population is in quite small areas centred around cities. So I think some of the applications, they can get to scale quite quickly. Now, whether they could offer kind of national services, I think that's going to be a bit of a challenge for them. But I think if they can crack those kind of problems, then taking those services and those devices globally, I think should be a fairly easy, well, not an easy task, but I think it'll be a task that they can achieve in the way that you would traditionally scale a kind of startup business.
Because I think that, okay, as we saw that, okay, the different application, different kind of technical solutions what these guys have, they can be used in so many different applications, so many different, let's say, industry sectors. And it's just a question of understanding what is the customer need and how these different solutions, applications can help in there. I think that is the challenge.